Hey everyone, this is Hill Street Soul, and you're tuned in to the core with the Millennial Coach, discussing topics on real life. Check it out. Everywhere you go, don't forget the ghetto. Listen to the core. Don't forget the ghetto. With the Millennial Coach. Don't forget the ghetto. 'Cause it's the best show.
Welcome back, coaches, to the core, and welcome back to watching and listening to your favorite accredited coach. I am the Millennial Coach, and today we're going to be talking about what to do when you are winning, because your winning season, we all go through winning seasons, right? And sometimes there's swings and roundabouts where you may be winning and sometimes you may not be winning, and that's okay, that's normal. But there is a way to exist in your winning season, and we're going to go into that. But remember that the core is all things leadership, it's self-leadership, it's people leadership, it's all things leadership. So I hope that you're going to take some nuggets away today that you can use in both your personal and your professional life. So I'm going for my little ninja look today. London is cold, it's rainy, some days there's sunny days and it's not so cold, some days it's really cold. So we know global warming's live and in effect, and anyone that has lost their homes in the LA fires, our heart goes out to you, from my heart to yours. I know it seems to have been absolutely tragic, and I know one of our London, I would say, superstars, Gina Yashere, lost her home, so sending out lots of love to her and everyone else. But we're going to be talking today about growing in that winning season, not just maintaining it, but just growing in it. So let's go. Yalla, Yanko. So first tip I'm going to say is, when you're in your winning season, it's so important to stay grounded. If you can stay grounded, it allows you to focus. If you can stay focused, it allows you to have continuation. And if you can have a continuous flow of output, then you are surrounding yourself in an environment that allows you to be grounded, but stay grounded. Success can be overwhelming, but staying focused, especially when it comes to your goals, is actually the key. So regularly revisiting your vision and celebrating small wins without complacency, and making sure that you maintain something that we often talk about is discipline. Discipline is how you get to your goals, is doing something all the time, even if it appears to be boring or it appears to be, I would say, somewhat painful. And the reason I'm saying somewhat painful, because when you move towards your dream and you're seeing it grow and you feel like you're already winning, even though the thing hasn't been birthed yet, but it's in its pregnancy stage, remember that it being boring is part of the process. The second thing I would definitely say is continue to build and nurture the relationships that you have in your life. I find that a lot of people, when they're succeeding in their winning season, they actually dismiss or forget people who have helped them or who have supported them on that journey. If you've got the opportunity, make sure that you understand the impact of how people have nurtured you in your low season, and how you can have that level of sustainability in your high or winning season. Your network is your net worth. And when you strengthen relationships, even when you're winning, what that demonstrates is some type of loyalty, but also unparalleled respect. Winning isn't always about money. It's about being your best self. It's about being healthy. It's about being at the forefront of innovation in your industry or your area of expertise. You offer value when you stay connected to your old connections, but also you learn to build new connections and actually enforce a mindset and a behavior that allows you to continue to nurture those new connections. One of the other things I definitely would say in terms of building your relationships and nurturing your relationships is making sure that you align with peers, people on your level, and mentors that are in line with your dreams, visions, and goals. Because they're going to help inspire you on your journey. And that's really, really important. Helping others. So one of the things when we're in our winning season, sometimes we get so carried away that we forget to help other people. That is not what we need to be doing. We need to be helping other people. So in your winning season, I would definitely recommend find people that require support, not people that are needy or thirsty, that just require support to get to a next stage in their journey. Consider who needs help around you, or look out for projects. You could join a volunteering camp. You can support different people doing different things. Like, for example, I've created a program, a 6-week program for female African entrepreneurs in Ghana with an organization called Let's Lead Africa. Now, I found this lady on LinkedIn and I was like, how do I get involved? For me, it's really important to be able to help other young entrepreneurs nurture their talents, but also understand some of the challenges they're going to face on the journey. And knowing that we've got the resources, particularly if you're living in the Western world, you've got certain resources that other people don't have. And if you've got the ability to support and help somebody else, please reach out in your winning season. Promote products and services. This is the next tip. Promote products and services of other people. Just because you're in your winning season doesn't mean that you just release everybody and anyone that is on their journey. If you can put people's projects or programs or anything on your stories, you can put it on your WhatsApp. Be a resource for other people in your winning season. You shouldn't have to be asked to repost someone's post. I've got one particular friend, and I'm giving this as an example. One particular friend that seems to repost wherever I send something on LinkedIn, I put something on Instagram. She always seems to repost my work. And I have honored her at one of my very first event for the simple act of kindness. Because she is somebody that unequivocally is genuinely my friend. Genuinely. I don't have to ask her to do anything. And I think when we're in our winning season and we talk about being focused doesn't mean that you eliminate anybody that may need your support. And why do we always have to ask people? Why don't we take the initiative to say, actually, so-and-so is doing X, let me support them by just doing a repost. So in your winning season, you got to remember that you were also at the bottom of your top that is now. Stay connected. This is another tip. Stay connected to those people that actually love you. Now, people in their winning season sometimes, unfortunately, do not stay close to their loved ones because they think that the grass is greener on the other side. Now, your winning season is a testament to all the little things you've done over the time you've been doing it, and now it's actually accumulated to something greater, and it's accumulated to the vision that you've held. But the people that have seen you have breakdowns, have seen you cry, have seen you at your worst moments, have seen you talking crazy. And there's another friend I will give example of. When I said to her, I'm just at such a low point, there's a couple of women actually, and they would just check in, are you okay? And my answer when I've been in a low season is no, I'm not okay. A lot of people don't take the time to show love when you're in your losing season. Some people knock you down, some people complain about how you show up. But when you're showing up not in yourself, who are the people that ask you, are you okay? Like genuinely, is there anything that you want to talk about? Because sometimes people can't help you financially. And at the end of the day, we're living in a very capitalist world and everything seems to revolve around money. So those of you that have seen what it's like in your losing season, who has been there in your winning season? They're the people. Stay connected to those that genuinely show you interest. The people that held your hand when your tears fell. And I know what that feels like. When your confidence is literally in the toilet, yet they still encourage you and tell you, I know you don't sound good right now, I know that things are not looking right now, but your season will change. Stay connected to them. And it's not out of loyalty, it's out of sheer unfiltered love and respect. That's what that's birthed from. So please stay connected to those around you that love you, because those around you that truly love you, I can guarantee you, they're going to treat you the same way they treated you in your losing season as they do in your winning season. The next tip, and I mentioned this very briefly, but celebrate the small wins. A small wins could just be being consistent on social media, and that's a small win for me, because when you're battling a chronic illness, you have a heavy schedule, just staying consistent and doing the boring things like scheduling your posts, recording videos, i.e., not that I don't enjoy doing these videos, but it's about consistency, and sometimes life gets in the way and you have to learn how to be consistent, and it's challenging. So a small win, if you can do one whole month of consistency, do something like take yourself to Lola's Cupcakes, if you know Lola's Cupcakes in London. Buy yourself a cupcake and have a nice hot drink and just sit somewhere and just take in the moment. Small wins are something that happen to us literally every single day, but do we actually know it? I always encourage those of us that are working towards bigger things, bigger dreams with different people. Challenge yourself. Be in a space where you really appreciate the work you've done. The fact you woke up in the morning then when you didn't want to. The fact that you had to hold your tongue when someone disrespected you on your journey. The fact that you haven't been paid or you haven't got money in cash flow coming through the door. The moment you get that contract, that's a small win. The moment a friend of yours can tell you, I knew you had it in you and I know it's been tough. That in itself is a small win. Small wins come every single day. They're like miracles. Don't underestimate them. Another tip, document your challenges. Many of us, right, when we win, we win. But many of us have lost a lot on the journey to the win, right? So document the journey when you've got a challenge, because when you've got a challenge, it allows you to really dissect what has gone wrong. And it may be that you may not know how to negotiate, may not know how to use a particular system. But once you understand the methodology behind how to win in that scenario, write down the tactics you've used, because they are sellable entities that you can help other entrepreneurs manage and effectively win with those strategies. How have you solved the problem today? It may pay dividends in the future, but also you may update the skill that you used to successfully create a win. So document your challenges. I would definitely think that's quite an important thing. The next tip is, just because you're winning, it doesn't mean you stop learning. Invest in your personal and professional growth, right? Commit to continuous learning. There's no end date to learning. It could mean learning a new course, adapting, upgrading your software, learning how to become the super user of that and really understanding how to dissect that. What books do you need to read? What new experiences do you need to have? What new people do you need to meet? When you're growing, growth is not linear. Because we've got so many areas within our lives that are changing, expanding, parents are getting older, children are growing older, we are getting older, and therefore it takes a new mindset in every stage of your life and how you adapt. So don't think that it doesn't impact your business, because as the business grows, society changes. As society changes, tools that you've used to gain new clients, that also changes. What do you need to do different to live in your winning and stay in your winning season? These are questions that you need to ask yourself, because it's such an important aspect of really knowing, am I where I need to be, and can I just enjoy this moment for a moment, or is there more work that I need to do? So they're questions, and sometimes there's going to be swings and roundabouts or peaks and valleys where you are going to actually be in a space where when you're winning, you just need to be in that winning streak and enjoy it. When you've got a bit of quiet time, reflect and dissect, and then make decisions about how you want to change, what you want to change, what do you need to change, and what do you need to, because you need to also, when change also incorporates letting things go. So when we're changing, it doesn't mean that we keep everything. Some things we have to remove in order to bring in the new. Next tip is to protect your energy and prioritize well-being. Well-being is now at the forefront of most agendas within the world. Whether you're working for yourself or you're working for an organization, it's absolutely fine, but your well-being is a priority. High performance requires balance, okay? So if you're a high performing person, and what I mean by that is if you do a lot of things and you do them well all at the same time, you need balance in order to have rest, to be able to be effective and efficient, to be able to continue that winning season. So, developing habits like regular exercise or walks or sleeping or mindfulness or, having a therapist, just regular intervals where you're able to just think about, what do I need to do in order to sustain my mental health and my physical health simultaneously. Next tip is strategically diversifying and planning for longevity. Now, I'm going to encourage you to Google someone, it's a handle, The Wealth Conversation. This lady, Titsy, is a wealth manager. And what I love about her, she talks about helping you manage your wealth in a way where you can consider what is important to you in the next 5 years, next 10 years, next 20 years. What investments do you need to have in order to have longevity, not putting all your eggs in one basket? When you're winning, back in the day, right, and it's not so much now, right, but think about all the people that have lost their money, particularly athletes, whether they're playing soccer or football in the UK or basketball, they've lost all their millions and nobody taught them how to manage their money. We're living in a different world now. We are learning ourselves as individuals how to maximize our investments, learning how to trade, learning what different strategies do we want to build wealth, what is compound interest. Learn to invest wisely, because you tell money what to do, money doesn't tell you what to do. So if you have a plan for your money will build on the plans you've given it. Your money can only do what you instruct it to do. And that's the one thing I learned from the Wealth Coach, Titsy, Wealth Conversation. I just liked the term that she used, because if you don't have a budget and know where your money is going, your money will find places to go that you don't even understand. So those of you that you're not earning that much, but you're wearing the latest labels, you need to change your mindset. Those of you that don't earn as much and you're always thinking about consuming, you are in the wrong mindset. And there's the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is quite interesting because he creates a quadrant and he talks about employee, business owner, investor, and employee, and there's a fourth part in the quadrant. And forgive me to any of those Rich Dad, Poor Dad enthusiasts. There's a guy called Mac Attram. He talks about it all the time. Probably will shoot me knowing that I haven't got the fourth term in the quadrant. But it's very true in terms of, I believe it's consumer, employee, investor, and business owner. Consumer, employee, investor, and business owner, I believe. But it talks about having freedom with your finances. So think about, when you're in your winning season, do you use what you've won to be a consumer or an investor? Because if you invest, it will return tenfold. because it may return in compound interest. So whatever money you earn, you don't have to spend. You can keep reinvesting into different things. So don't just invest in one thing, invest in a plethora of things in order to gain compound interest. But also you start realizing how different markets operate and which one actually works directly for you. So that is the last of our top 10 tips on what to do, how to maintain, and living successfully in your winning season. I am the Millennial Coach. I want to thank you for watching and vibing with me today. I hope today's been useful. If you want the full length of other shows that I've done, particularly ones with music, you will find them down below, and you can click on the Mixcloud editions of my longer versions of a lot of the shows, and I will actually include the interview I did with Titsi. A brilliant interview, and I really did a good job with the music because I matched Afro beats from Zimbabwe with her. She actually really enjoyed the music. But please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your people, and keep the conversation with me, the Millennial Coach, and the core going. I am a child of immigrants, so please share, like, and subscribe to build the channel. Much love.